everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's another birthday makeup tutorial, and I'm going to show you all how I was able to achieve this makeup on my client. If this is your first time of watching me, please do not forget to wait and see how I achieved this beautiful look, and also hit the subscribe button, like, share, and also comment in the comment section. Thank you guys so much. So the first thing I did was to clean off the dirt from her face using micellar water and with a face wipe. And then I went in with this face primer from Flawless Ivy. Trust me, this primer is the bomb. It's really beautiful. And after that, I went in with this Kiss Beauty setting spray, and I just used a beauty blender to damp that into her skin just so that everything sits properly and nice. If you are looking for an all day lasting makeup, you need to make sure that you use your hand and massage the primer, the setting spray, and everything you're doing into her skin properly so that it can last long, so that the makeup can look matte, especially if she has a sweaty skin, which is an oily skin. Alright, so at this point I'm going to go in with foundation, and my foundation is from Zickel in the shade 025, and I'm just going to use this beauty blender to blend that into her skin properly. At this point you can see that the foundation sits on her skin properly. That's what you want. You don't want her face looking like that of a masquerade, so you need to make sure that you go in with a shade that is in that of her skin tone. I'm sure by now you should know that. So right now I'm going to go in with this concealer from Zickel. I'm just going to go in with 2 tones lighter than that of her skin tone, and then apply it on her T-zone area, which is the forehead, under the eyes, and also the jaw, nose, at those areas you can see on the screen. So at this point I'm going to pick up the beauty blender again, and I'm going to blend that into her skin properly so that it can give us a highlighted look. In order to contour the nose properly, you need to make sure that you go in with a foundation or concealer that is 2 tones darker than that of her skin tone, so that you can chisel the nose properly and so that it can come out nice. So at the outer corners of her nose, I'm going to apply this concealer from Zickel, and you can see the brush that I'm using is flat because you want to get that chiseled nose, you want to get that pointed nose. So at this point I'm just going to blend so that it comes out nice. I'm further going to go ahead to highlight the nose. So guys, the key to all of this is blending. You need to make sure that you blend properly so that the whole makeup sits well on her face. Moving on, I'm going to go in with this blush, and it's from Cheek Cosmetic Lip Palette. It's actually multi-purpose. You can use for the eyes, you can use for the lips, and also for blush. So I'm just going to apply that on the both sides of her cheek. You need to make sure that you use an orange shade so that it comes out nice. I feel like orange actually comes out better than pink, as we used to do in the past. So use an orange blush and thank me later. So I'm further going to go ahead to conceal underneath her eye so that it can pop out the more, and at this point I'm just going to blend. So when it comes to makeup application, you need to make sure that you're going in with the right shades of foundation, of powder, and like I said in this tutorial, you need to make sure that you are blending properly so that you do not have harsh lines here and there. So right now I'm going to pick up this Flawless Ivy powder palette. So I'm going to highlight with a lighter shade of powder where we have the concealed places that are highlighted, and I'm going to go in with darker shades of powder where we have the places that have already been contoured. Yes, and I did not do a detailed contour on this particular client because I just wanted everything to be calm. She said she didn't want the whole makeup to be too cool, she just wanted it to be subtle and calm. Yeah, so I'm just going to apply the powder again all over her face so that it blends properly with her neck. You don't want to discover that your makeup is still wet, so you're going in with powder so that everything can be matte and dried. So right now I'm going to go in with setting powder, and I'm just going to highlight underneath her eyes, her forehead, jaw, on the T-zone areas basically, and I'm going to let it set for a while. Moving on, I'm still going to contour the nose using a darker shade of powder like this so that it can come out penciled and chiseled the way you can see me do in the video. So I'm just going to contour the nose. So you don't want the nose to be too dark. You can go in with a powder that is 2 shades darker than that of her skin tone, just like we did when we were concealing the nose. So I'm still going to go ahead to chisel the cheekbone a little bit so that it can be more prominent and pronounced. So guys, at this point I'll pick up a spoolie and then brush the hairs on her brows like this, just so that it can have a definite shape, it can have a defined shape. Yes, I'm going to brush up the hairs on her brows like this using a hair gel, whatever hair gel you have right there, or if you have a brow tamer, anything, you can use it. So I'm going to go in with Carite brow gel. It comes in a brown and black tiny container. So I'm going to go in with the brown shade and I'll draw a thin line underneath her brow and also a thin line above her brow like this. Then what I'm going to do next is to fill up the areas where she does not really have enough hairs. So I'm going to do the same thing for the left hand side of her face and also the right hand side of her face, which is for the both brows. So at this point I'm just filling up with a Davis brow pencil the areas where she does not really have enough hairs. So right now I'm going to conceal using a concealer that is 2-3 tones lighter than that of her skin tone underneath the arc. So after concealing underneath the arc with 2-3 tones lighter than that of her skin tone using a concealer, I'm going to conceal the inner corner of her brow using the shade of her skin tone. So at this point you can go in with a foundation or a concealer, whatever works for you. So when that is done, all you have to do next is to blend. So this point is actually not really compulsory, but if you want to further go ahead to highlight the brow so that it will look more defined and prominent, you can go ahead to conceal the top of the brow. So that was what I did in this video. I had to go ahead to conceal the top of the brow so that it can come out more defined and more beautiful. And that was what I did, and I achieved that. So moving on, I'm going to conceal the top of her eyelid, the crease and the transition area using the shade of her foundation first, just so that we can layer that part properly and so that it can look smooth. So after doing that, I went in with an eye primer from Ben 9 and I just blended everything properly on her crease area. So for her shadows, I'm using a brown shade of shadow from Saron Cosmetics at the outer corner of her lid, which is the transition area, and I'm going to blend that into the crease the way you can see me do in this video. So whatever you do on one side of the eye, you replicate on the other side of the eye. This eye makeup was as subtle as possible. I really didn't do much. So right now I'm going to also apply a yellow shade of shadow from Letva's eyeshadow palette. I decided to try this shade of shadow and it really came out very nice. It just gave me what I wanted. So after applying that on her crease area, I'm going to go over to the other side of her eye again and replicate the same thing. Okay, so if you want to make your eyeshadow pop, you need to make sure that you apply an eyeliner. So I'm going to line the eyes using this brow gel from Carite, and I said before that it comes in a brown and black shade. So I'm just going to use the black shade and line the top of her lid like this. So right now I'm sure you'll be thinking, oh, we've ruined her lashes with the eyeshadow and all of that. No, that can easily be fixed. You can use a mascara to brush her lashes and everything will still look perfect. And that's what I'm doing in this video. I'm using a mascara on her upper lashes and also the lower lashes so that the makeup can come out nice. So for her lips, I'm going to go in with a nude shade of Lippy, and this shade of Lippy is from Chic Cosmetic. It's just very calm and very nice. It's something that I've fallen in love with of recent, and I've been using it, and it has been really my clients have been loving it. So I'm just going to blend that on the top of her lip and also the lower part of her lip. So you all know at this point you could easily just leave it like this, or you could make it glossy. I'm actually a glossy kind of person, so I'm going to go in with gloss, but as light and as subtle as possible. So at this point, I'll dust off the excess powder on her face just so that everything can sit nice and it can look properly blended. So we are actually blending at this point. So just dust off everything so that it can look cool, calm and subtle on her face. So you can see that everything blends with her neck. We didn't go in with a different shade on her face and then a different shade on her neck. So if you want to further go ahead to make the brows look more defined, you could actually highlight using a lighter shade of powder underneath her arc. Yes, you could actually highlight using a lighter shade of powder underneath her arc on the left hand side and also on the right hand side. So right now we're just blending. So I'm quickly going to highlight the nose using this highlighter from Zaron Cosmetics, and also the forehead, the jaw, and also her cheekbones so that the whole makeup can come out nice and so that it can pop. So this is what the makeup looks like, guys. At this point I'm going to apply setting spray so that the makeup can last for a long time. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you loved the whole process, if you loved this whole video, please do not forget to hit the subscribe button. If this is your first time of watching me and you've not subscribed, please do that. I would really do appreciate. And do not forget to comment in the comment section, like, share to your loved ones. I'm sure that they would also love this. Thank you guys so much for watching. If there is anything you want me to showcase to you guys, you can just comment in the comment section. Do not forget to follow my Instagram handle at Lizzie's Touch, LHIZHI_S and touch. I'm going to put it on the screen so that you guys can see. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you all in my next video. I love you guys. Thank you. Bye.